Did you know that 9% of teenage deaths are as a result of suicide? Yes, it's unfortunate, it's sad, but it is true. People take their lives at a very young age, particularly those hormonally detached years. In Matric, it's no different. There are matrics that have taken their lives prior to actually writing their final exams, but there are those matrics that have taken their lives as a result of them not meeting the goals that they've set for themselves or disappointing others as a result of the expectations that others have for them. It's a reality. It's true. But what is it that matriculants can do to then face the future, face the way forward, not dwell in depression and anxiety? There are options. And I've come up with a strategy. It's not a new strategy, but it's a concoction of information that I've put together so that as a matriculant who may not have done well, you know that you have options and there's actually life after those final matric results come out. There's life. Do not take a permanent decision for a temporary situation. I repeat, do not take a permanent decision. As big as it is right now, as much as right now you feel like a failure, do not take a permanent decision for a temporary situation. It's temporary because I want you to look at it from 4 facets or 4 aspects in the way in which you're going to approach life moving forward. So congratulations to all those that have done well, but this video is much more for those that didn't meet their own expectations, no matter how hard they tried, no matter how much they prepared, or maybe they didn't put in the work as much. These are the options that I want you to explore. The first one looks at your career path. What is it that you're going to do to alter, modify, or change your career path? Perhaps you wanted to go as far as becoming a doctor. Perhaps you wanted to go as far as becoming a lawyer. You know, the typical high-earning careers. Perhaps that's what you wanted to do. That's what you wanted to follow. But now your results do not fit that mold. What is it that you do? It means that you need to explore other options. With the current set of results that you have, if they do admit you into some sort of degree, whether it's a bachelor's or a higher certificate of learning that you can do, then what courses are available to you with the marks that you have? But don't just go in there blindly. Go in there having an open mind that is researched, and be appreciative of the fact that you have time. You have time. You can even take this time as a gap year to actually think and reconvene within your own thoughts and plans and see how you can alter the way forward. Whilst in the meantime, doing certain things that I'm going to guide you on in this video, doing certain things that will actually help you move forward despite your current situation. So from a career path point of view, if it is a specific career that you had set your mind on, then alter that so that you look at other options. Perhaps you can go into those basic level options, teaching, being a police officer, someone who's going to change the current state of government as it stands right now. People shun those careers, and I don't know why. I mean, you went from grade 1 to grade 12, having been taught by various teachers, teaching you various subjects, and then being studious and astute in those particular subjects. So what is it that makes us think that we have the right to judge people who give us the prospect of a better future, which is teachers? So it's a possibility, and I know people that have gone that path. There are people that jump straight into that path because that's the passion that they have, but there are also a lot of people that go into it as a plan B, and then as they advance their career, that's when they get back into the career path that they actually wanted. So it's not too late. You may not have gotten the results that get you to become a doctor or a lawyer or an academic, fully fledged, or any other top-notch career that will earn you money like accounting, chartered accountancy, and the like. But there are options that give you an entry so that you at least have a path to go there. Perhaps then you don't have the funding for it. Then that means you may need to get a menial job that will actually assist for putting bread on the table temporarily while working your heart out, making sure that you're providing value for the current employer that is taking you away from the negative influences of your mind at that particular point in time where you think you are a failure, where you think that you don't have a future. Think about taking all of those things away from you and actually explore the possibilities that are out there. So go get a temporary job. It's a good distraction for you, but it does put something within your pocket and put something on the table. You are able to come back and support the family in one way, shape, or form. So that's just on a career path point of view. Of course, still on that career path point of view, you can go back and rewrite your matric. It's the most basic thing that will shift your mind, shift your attention. You don't need to do it within the same school. You can go to a different school, a different environment, or to another province if you have relatives or family there that will be able to help support you throughout that year. Then rewrite your matric. Rewrite your matric. You have nothing to lose except the time, right? All you have to do is work hard, invest, consult, and seek out the help. But rewrite that matric. I mean, that's the most basic solution that you can actually do. So if you did fail, work hard, see what are the gaps that you can exploit because maybe you didn't explore them and that's why maybe you failed. Go back and rewrite your matric. Then you can then proceed with the future that you want based on the results that you are now presented with after you've rewritten your matric. So that's the most basic solution that you can bring forth for you and for your future. Rewrite that matric. Go and get past exam papers. Take your time with them. Now you know you have the whole year. You have the whole year to focus. All those friends that you had in high school who may have advanced, it's their future they are going up against. Your future is the one that you are facing currently, or you determine your future based on the circumstances that you are facing currently. And given those current circumstances, if it means you must rewrite your matric, go ahead and rewrite your matric. There's nothing wrong with that. Never think that failure is a bad thing. Perhaps you're being saved from something worse going forward. Or perhaps when you rewrite your matric, you do so well that you enter exactly where you want to go. So do not be ashamed of it. Just rewrite, explore, do your research, put in the effort, put in the hard work, change your mindset, put in the habits and change the habits that will actually help alter the trajectory of where you want to go. But go ahead and rewrite your matric, go and consult, and go and get tutoring, even if it is at the school that you are at. Be an example to the current matrics. Go to them, speak about your experiences, and see if your voice will make a difference to the matrics of 2024. So I'm putting that challenge to you. But of course, if you want to change the trajectory of your career because you want to go that career path, then go ahead and rewrite your matric. And sometimes rewriting your matric doesn't necessarily mean rewrite all of the subjects. Perhaps it's just one or two subjects which actually play a pivotal role in the direction of the career that you want to go in. Perhaps it's just one or two. So rewrite those particular subjects. Again, put in the effort, have a good strategy towards how you're going to address and approach the situation, but it won't be as difficult as you think it actually will be because you've already had a year where you were exposed to the information. You now know how they ask questions. You now know what it is you need to do, who it is you need to speak to, how it is you need to consult, how it is you need to prepare, and what it is you need to change that caused you to actually fail instead of pass as is the current state of mind that you are in. Don't take a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Just rewrite those subjects that affect your overall pass rate, your overall pass mark, your overall entry requirements for the institution or university, or even a college that you want to enter in, be it private or public. But do that. Rewrite those particular subjects and then alter the marks that you're actually going to be going into. The second goal that I want you to look at is getting positive distractions through time management. Manage your time so well and get positive distractions during that time. Remember, I've already mentioned that you can take a break. You can take a break for the entire year. We call it what? The gap year. You can do that, right? But in that year, you must note that you'll be facing a lot of internal demons. You'll be facing demons of jealousy because you'll be seeing your peers waking up every day if they're traveling to campus. You'll be seeing that. You'll be seeing them come back and being dropped off by the taxi or whatever mode of transport they'll be using. You'll be seeing that. And as a result of that, it will create some sort of animosity within you. That animosity is what leads to the depression and anxiety that makes us take permanent decisions for temporary problems. So how is it that you're going to manage your time? How is it that you're going to seek the distractions necessary for you to do well? Number one, volunteer your time. Go to a community center, a community hall, or go to the very school that you attended and volunteer your time. See which students you can tutor, see how you can assist people, see how you can add value to people, see how moving and waking up just like your peers are waking up and going to these institutions to actually contribute value somehow. Also, let you value yourself. It gives you that awareness of self that I have value and I have something to offer. And you'll know that you'll be meeting a lot of people with potential. You'll also be meeting leaders who will recognize potential in you. So volunteer your time to adding value to others. We take it lightly more often than not. The fact that we must volunteer our time to add value to other people. It's not difficult. It just means going there, speaking to them, highlighting to them that you are in a bad or negative state of mind and this is your situation, and because of that you don't have a job, because of that you're not advancing with your studies, and as a result of it you need something that will distract you, that is positive rather than something that is negative. So volunteer your time. Volunteering your time also doesn't just end from a philanthropic or non-profit organization point of view or a foundation, right? It actually counts with you also speaking to business people within your community where you don't even need transport money. You don't need to pay your parents with transport money. All you need to do is wake up each and every day and see what value you can add to the people that you are asking assistance from. It's not a difficult thing. It's not a tall order. Just go there, create value, and tell them, this is what I can bring to the table for your business to advance. So please just give me the opportunity and time. You don't need to pay me. You don't need to pay me. I just need something that will distract my mind. Something that will show that I have value. Something that will show that I have something to contribute to your business. Something to contribute to your non-profit organization. Something to contribute to your school. Something to contribute to your crèche or preschool. Something that will show that I bring something on the table, and thus as a result, I cannot give up because of that. I may have failed Matric, but there is something that I can bring on the table, and there's so much that I'd like to learn from your institution. So please let me in, give me the opportunity of a lifetime, and perhaps I can be of value to you as a business. Another important thing that you can do to distract your mind is to capitalize and optimize on an existing skill set. This is simply what I mean. If you know how to plait hair, and in the community you grew up plaiting your friend's hair, use that as an opportunity. If you have that gap year, at least within a week, if you can plait 3 people's hair, or you can cut people's hair, and you make a small enterprise or business out of that, it's a good distraction. You are bringing money in, you are mastering the skill that you already have, or the talent that you already have, and because you've not doing it for free over the years, now you can turn that into a positive income. You've acquired the skills over the years. You've built the habit of being able to plait someone's hair quickly, but in such a stylish way, in such a way that they leave happy as your customer, and thus you can make money out of that particular thing. So create that value. Create that value for them. you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. It's a positive distraction because you're already having that skill set and people know it. So people will come to you seeking assistance. All you need to do is provide that particular service. It's a good distraction. You are managing your time through productive means rather than negative things that will kill off your life. That will kill off your life. Another thing that will help you is moving around within the environment that you are in. If you live within a township, if you live within informal settlement or a squatter camp as it's better known, then move within them, recognize the problems that exist within your community, and then see how you can bring about solutions to those problems. See who you can meet to bring solutions to those problems. Your community leaders, your counselors, any political members who have some sort of positive influence and that can bring a positive change within your community. Perhaps you can venture into politics because you see the existing gaps that exist politically. Politically within our country. You see the existing gaps that exist politically within our country. So perhaps then you can move and branch out into that particular space. Distract your time by recognizing problems within your community and trying to be innovative and initiate solutions that you can bring about that are positive for your community. Positive distractions will keep your mind away from suicidal thoughts. They'll keep your mind away from depression and anxiety, and they'll give you value, something to yearn to bring to the table, and thus you'll find meaning in your life, and other people will see your contribution and find meaning in your life as well. Another thing that you can use to distract your time, this is quite simple. Visit your local library. Visit your local library. Be an acquirer of knowledge. Let knowledge be your main acquisition. Read books. Read books that will add value to your life and the lives of those around you. Firstly, because not all of us are readers, try slowly, maybe with fictional books, and then you'll go into your non-fiction that help build your mindset, help you innovate and bring about ideas that will change your current state. Then after you've done that, you've acquired knowledge, you've become the librarian's main client, then you can come on platforms such as YouTube. You can come on platforms such as Facebook and other social media platforms and add value to others. Because by reading and learning, some people who aren't reading and learning can just gain from you because you've already gone through that process and that path. So teach people online. Create value for them online. Start off on these free platforms so that you build the skill set of being on camera. You build the skill set of connecting to people. You build the skill set of being able to teach in easy ways, innovative ways, in initiative ways. That way you create value to people. The word value has cropped up a lot in this video, and it's because that is what is important. You need to value your life so that you bring value to the lives of other people. Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Be the librarian's friend. And now it's even simple. If your parents can buy you data, then use that data to acquire knowledge and see what it is you can bring to the market and share with people. There's so much that people do not know that you don't even know they may be interested in. They just don't know. But because you picked your interest, you are now telling your own story in your own way, using free tools, free resources, and free platforms to spread your own message. That will reignite that spark in you, and you'll see that you have value to provide to others. So take that opportunity, use that opportunity, and ensure that you become the librarian's friend. The metaphor being a friend to knowledge, an acquirer of knowledge. Knowledge is your largest acquisition. Another important thing to use up your time with is to visit people that are knowledgeable, people that have been through what you're going through right now, to visit people that are struggling, to visit people that are mentors. Because let us be honest, our parents don't know everything.
And at that point, they are disappointed that you failed matric. It's very unfortunate. They don't know everything. So what it is that you need to do is bring about a situation where you speak to people, find out how they can help you so that you are then able to help other people. Find mentors, seek the mentors, and then see how you can help other people. Be honest, be transparent, seek the knowledge, see how it is that you can learn and grow and find feasible solutions to problems. Speak to people and seek out that support. Whatever your mother told you, whatever your father told you, if they called you useless for failing because they've invested in you for 12 years, guess what? You are not useless. It's just that you may not have done your best. And even if you did your best and you failed, maybe it wasn't enough and there's a particular path that you need to take. So speak to people that have undergone your journey and then be a mentor to other people through whatever it is that you learn from the people that you speak to. Another important place where you can volunteer is rehab centers,
Rehabilitation centers.
They give you a grim reality. This way you'll know that you don't want to be distracted by negative influences and negative things. You don't want to put things up your nose. You don't want to stick things through your arteries and veins. It will show you because you'll be seeing head on the impacts and effects of those negative
decisions. Visit
rehab centers, volunteer.
Speak to some of them. You'll be surprised at how some people
started off taking drugs. You'll be surprised because they were numbing a pain. They were numbing a disappointment. They were trying to escape. But guess what? It's not really escape because it's a long-term situation. They're trying to recover to better their lives. So by you volunteering at a rehab center, you are giving yourself the opportunity, you are giving yourself the chance to see the consequences firsthand, to learn people's stories, to be sympathetic and empathetic, and to actually give more to others. So I urge you, visit rehab centers, speak to the people, get their stories, get to know how they got there, and then ensure that you yourself do not end up within that facility on the other side. Rather go there to learn other people's experience and then learn from their mistakes. Do not end up on the other side. But most importantly, do not make a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Suicide is not the way. Then lastly,
as far as time management with positive distractions is concerned, you may have failed matric, but I'm sure there are some subjects where you did well. I'm pretty sure there are some subjects where you have confidence and you are astute, you are learned, you are studious, and there's so much that you can offer. So I urge you to visit your school, the very school you attended, or perhaps a school
closer to home. Visit them and then tutor the students in the subjects where you did well.
It will boost your confidence. It will encourage you to also go back to school. It would lift your energy. And it will show you that you have value. So visit those schools close by or nearby to, or even the school that you attended, to tutor students in the subjects where you actually did well. Then let's move on to recreation. Now, recreation in this aspect speaks to hobbies. We all have hobbies. We all have things that we like.
In our times, unfortunately, we get distracted through negative hobbies at a time where we shouldn't be. But they are positive hobbies.
What sports are you or were you good at and
that you loved? Perhaps you can rekindle your love for that particular sport and use it as a positive distraction so that your mind shifts a bit. You know, the more you exercise, the more you reflex, the more you use your body, your mind also becomes agile, becomes energetic, becomes positive. And all those endorphins that are going through your body, they become positive, psycho, and all of those endorphins throughout the body, they become positive attributes that contribute to a positive spirit within you. And so you can use your hobbies. You know, if you like cricket, if you like basketball, if you like soccer, use that. If you already have an existing skill set, as I've mentioned, use that to free up your time. So recreation is one of the best things that you can do. I know of cultural dance groups that exist within our communities. Perhaps if you like dancing, join them. They perform at weddings, they perform at corporate functions, they perform at political rallies. You know, use your current skill set culturally or recreationally to bring a positive change and a positive difference to yourself. See, I'm highlighting all these options that you have as a student who has failed matric or who didn't do as expected within matric, so that you know that you can bring about a positive influence, so that you know that suicide is not the way, so that you know that you can't take a permanent decision for a temporary problem. Just deal with the temporary problem using the options that I'm actually tabling on the table right now.
I'll fit up. It's fine.
Then the last aspect that I want you to actually look at is giving yourself emotional attention. Listen to those thoughts. In as much as I'm not saying act on them, I'm quite the opposite. I'm going in the other direction, contrast to what you are negatively thinking right now. Listen to those emotions, embrace them, but do not act on them. Listen to how you are feeling emotionally. Then from there, don't stick and lay within that solemn place. Advance and move to the next stage where you need to act and have faith and move out of that particular space. Take decisions that take you out of that negative space and go into the positive space with a mindset shift that is great for you. There's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Ask your parents to buy you that book. It will shift your mindset and you'll start building habits that are positive for yourself. So whichever decision you've taken from the options I've already given to you, you will need to build habits out of that so that you do them regularly and so that you are productive, efficient, and effective in the value that you then provide. So read Atomic Habits. It will actually help you very much. I have a video on this platform about depression, how to know whether you are depressed or not. I went into detail, looked at the stats, looked at some of the low-hanging fruits that we can learn from depression and the experiences of other people that have gone out of depression. I've interviewed 2 psychologists on this channel on the subject of depression and suicide. And when the topic is rife, I like being involved. So you can even hit me a message, shoot me up a message and send me an email, and perhaps I can counsel you out of that particular situation, because that's what we want. We want you alive. We want you providing value. We want you coming back stronger than you've ever been before. That's what we want. That's what we want. So we want you to then build those positive habits that will take you outside of the rut and be a positive influence. Let me tell you this. There are tons and tons of people who didn't finish matric,
who have done well in life. Do you know Jacob Zuma?
Jacob Zuma is a former president of our country. Did he finish matric? No. The answer is no. He didn't finish matric. He went through a different route, a different path, and he became the president of the country. So it's not the end. There are plenty of business people who are current millionaires, multi-millionaires, and they don't have matric. So it's not the end. That's essentially what I'm telling you. It's not the end. There's just so much that you can do with the life that God has blessed you with. There's just so much that you bring to the table. And I'm just reminding you over and over in this video, whilst giving you the options that you probably already know in your mind. I'm not breathing new information here. I'm just taking from existing information and packaging it in such a way that you can move forward with it and act on it and make the right decisions based on the value that you are getting here. Again, on emotional attention, cry if you have to. This notion that indoda ayikhali is nonsense, because as men we are all going through something. I had a meeting with a friend of mine and he said, you know, if you were to remove the roofs of all the houses within any suburb, neighborhood, community or township, and at the top of the roofs you just see the problems within the inside of that household, you'll be surprised that there's not a single home that will come out with a roof that doesn't have a problem raising up. So your problem, you have it, but everybody else has problems. So everybody else has to deal with their problems in the best way they know how. If at this point it means you must cry, then cry. Listen to those emotions and then break free from those particular emotions. Avoid negative friends,
negative peers. Avoid people that surround you and just ooze negativity. Avoid them as best as you can, because if you don't avoid them, believe me, you'll end up taking even more drastic negative decisions that won't help you at all. So the best thing is to avoid all the negativity that exists around you, so that when you are alone and you find yourself in a negative space, you know that there's plenty of positivity out there, because you are surrounding yourself with people that are positive and are bringing positive things to the table and are bringing positive value and are showing you that there's positive things that can be done in this world by young people for young people in our country. Remember that 2024 is an important and pivotal, integral year for South Africans. A lot of them say it's our 1994 in a different way. So you as an individual, you can actually spend your time by working during the elections, the IEC elections, and seeing, how the structures work, what political parties are there, what they have to offer as manifestos, the processes that exist within the voting stations and voting centers of our country. You can read up on the Constitution so that you are not fooled, but you can bring a positive action and get paid for it at the same time. 2024 is said to be our 1994. So what part are you going to play within that if you decide to commit suicide? There's no good part that you're going to provide in there. So yours is to go the opposite direction and provide value by seeing what you can bring to the table yet again. Then, as a last tip, I'd like you to subscribe to a YouTube channel called Life Reset with Boni. It's a career-based channel that speaks about various careers, how much they earn in those particular careers, and so much more. It's career-based. So watch there and see what careers are open for you out there and what they have to offer in terms of money, what they have to offer in terms of what the career is actually all about as well. Life Reset with Boni. Subscribe to that channel and then subscribe to my channel as well and get to see some other videos that I have to offer and what it is that you can learn. Perhaps it will spark some ingenuity in you, some ideas in you, some innovation in you, so that going back to the point of content creation, you can bring about positive changes in other people's lives. There's also a video that Penny the Black Pen did, similar to mine, that speaks about the subject of your future after matric. So perhaps I'll link it in the description as well, so that you can see what you can learn from him in that particular respect. But I hope there's been value in this video. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on that next one. It starts with you. Cheers, guys.